The perimeter of a shape is the length around the outside of the shape. You've probably heard of a perimeter fence being the fence that surrounds a property. Well, perimeter of a shape is all the lengths which make up the sides of the shape added together. So the only thing to watch out for on this is lengths that you aren't given. There are a few shortcuts as well, but in its simplest sense, if you just write in any lengths that you know that aren't on the diagram, you could just then add together everything you've got. So we could find the perimeter by doing 6 plus 20 plus 6 plus 20, and that would be 52. And because it's just a length, ultimately, if we were to straighten it out, it would just make a straight line, that whole perimeter. Then its units are just centimetres. No, not centimetres squared, not centimetres cubed, just centimetres. The shortcut for that would have been to recognise that there are two lots of 20 here. So we could have also done 2 times 20 and added on 2 lots of 6. Okay, so that would be 40 plus 12, which would also give us 52. Or if another way to do it, if you like your shortcuts, is for rectangles to recognise that if we add these together, these two will add together to the same thing. So we could have just done 2 lots of 6 plus 20. Okay, so 2 lots of 26 is equal to 52. Alright, so 3 different ways of doing it. Whichever your preference is fine. So in part B, this must be 17, this must be 7. I'm going to use the last method, this one, as a shortcut. I'm going to add together 17 and 7. That would make 24. 2 lots of 24 is 48. On C, these little lines indicate that this is a square, so all of the lengths are the same. They're all going to be 15. So in other words, I've got 4 lots of 15, which is 60 centimetres. D is where it gets a little bit harder because we're not given these two lengths, but we can easily figure them out. If we think about the horizontal lengths, so the sideways ones, we've only been told this one is 6 up here, but the overall width of the shape is 10, which means this length here must add with 6 to make 10, and therefore if we take away 6 from 10, this must be 4. Similarly, in the vertical direction, the overall height of the shape is 11. Part of that height here is 3. The other part must be this bit. So what do we add to 3 to get 11? 8. So the perimeter is all of these added together. So 10, 21, 27, 35, 39, 42. The triangle, this is an equilateral triangle, because we're told that all these lengths are the same. So we've just got 4.5 and we've got 3 of them. So that would be 13.5. And this is an isosceles triangle. We've got 2 lengths the same, just these 2. So this one over here is also 22. So together those 2 would be 44, plus 14 would be 58. Number 2, the perimeter has been given. We've got to find the length of the missing side on these ones. So first of all, we know that these 2 are both 8, and together they would make 16. If we take 16 away from the perimeter, what's left must be 10, and 10 is the length of these 2 sides added together, so x must be 5. We could do that with an equation there if you like, so we could have written out that we know 16 plus 2 lots of x are 26. We've taken away 16 from both sides and we're left with 2x equaling 10, so x equals 5 when we divide by 2. You don't have to write an equation, you can just figure them out. Here we've got x, and all of these will be x, and those 4 x's will add together to make 20. So 4 lots of something add together to make 20, x must be 5. We've got an isosceles triangle here, so we've got 2 lots of 9 centimetres, that would make 18. which means this must be the remaining amount to take it up to 25, and that would be 7. Parallelogram on part D, as indicated by the lines, these are both 9, so together they would make 18. These two will be the same as well. So first I'm just going to do 45, take away the 18 that I know, and that would be 27. And then when we subtract, when 27, we can halve that because these are both the same length to find x. So 27 divided by 2 is 13.5. This is a pentagon with all the sides the same, so 5 lots of x equal 2 meters, or 200 centimeters. 5 lots of something make 200, x must be 40 centimeters, or 0.4 meters. And a bit of a different shape here. We're told that the two side lengths are the same, so that must be 32 as well. And these two are the same, so they're both x. So let's add together all the lengths we've got. These would make 64, 89 when I add that together. So 89 plus 2 lots of x are 163. If I take away 89, that would be 74. So divide by 2, x must be 37. Now it looks like we're not given enough information to do this shape because we're not told either of these vertical lengths, and we're not told either of these horizontal lengths. We're just told that the overall width is 19 and the overall height is 15. It's a very clever type of question actually, and we don't actually need these lengths because it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter that we've got a cut out shape here. If you think about the length of this side here, let's call it L. If I were to move that up so it just made the rectangle, it would also be L. It would not change the length of that side at all, but it would form the top of the rectangle. And if we were to do the same with this bit here, let's call that H. Well, if I moved it across to here, it would also be H. So if this was a full rectangle, it would have the same perimeter as this shape that's kind of two rectangles put together. So the overall perimeter is just 2 lots of 19 and 2 lots of 15 added together. So 19 add 15 is 34. If we double that, we get 68. And number 4, this shape is made from equilateral triangles removed from squares. Work out the perimeter of the shape. Now I think there was meant to be a length given here, so let's just call it 10 centimeters. So if this length here was 10 centimeters, then that means, because these are equilateral triangles, these must be 10 as well. So the perimeter here is 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10. Okay, however many sides we have. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 lots of 10 are 80 centimeters. Okay, I'll go through the next page as well. The perimeter has been given. Find the length of the missing side. Similar to the questions above. 2 lots of 8 would be 16. Divide by 2. X is 5. We did that question before. 2 lots of 14 would be 28. If we take that off this, we would have 52. Divide by 2 would be 26. This one, 4 lots of something would be 20, so x is 5. I've done this one as well. I think x was 7. Didn't realise I doubled up on so many questions. Now this one's an equilateral triangle, so something times 3 is 36. 36 divided by 3 is 12. If we take away the 35 centimetres from this to begin with, then we're left with 44, and 2 lots of x must be equal to 44, so x must be 22 centimetres. We've done this one, I think, above as well. So 2 lots of 9 was 18, take that off 45 and it's 27, divide by 2, 13.5. This one was 40 centimetres, and that one was 37. Okay, number 6. The triangle and the square have the same perimeter. Find x. Well, if they've got the same perimeter, let's work out what that perimeter is. So the perimeter is 12 plus 20 plus 16, 36, 38, 48. And 4 lots of x, because it's a square, so they're all going to be x, must be equal to 48. So if we divide by 4, x must be 12. Number 7, write 3 equivalent algebraic expressions for the perimeter of this rectangle. So this is similar to what we were saying before. If this is L and this is W, we could say that the perimeter is L plus W plus L plus W. That would be one expression. This 3-bar equal sign means is identical to. Okay, so remember the other shortcut we said we could do is to do 2 lots of the length and add it to 2 lots of the width. Or the last little shortcut I pointed out was that you could add the length and the width and double it, times that by 2, because this would give the same result if we add those. On number 8, an isosceles triangle has a perimeter of 73 centimetres, an equilateral triangle has a perimeter of 51. Okay, so it's the equilateral that we're going to start with. If all of these sides are the same, we're going to do 51 divided by 3, and that would give 17. So all of these lengths are 17. The triangles are put together to make a kite. Work out the perimeter of the kite. So if this is 17, because that's what we just worked out, then that means the base of the isosceles triangle must be 17. So this is 17 as well. And this has a perimeter of 73. So if I take this off 73, that will give me 54. And then those two must add together to make 54, and they're both the same. So if we half that, we get 27. So we've got 27, 27, 17, and 17. So the total perimeter is 2 lots of 27 plus 2 lots of 17, or 27 add 17 doubled. So that would be 44 doubled, 88 is the final answer. We don't have to count these inner lengths because they don't form part of the perimeter. They're not part of the outside of the shape. And the last one, this is a tricky question. It's kind of a simultaneous equations question, actually. If we call this the length, this length here of each rectangle, and if we call this the width, just this short edge, then what we've got here are 4 widths added to 3 lengths, and that is a height of 33. And on the smaller shape, we've got 1 length plus 2 widths, and that is equal to 13. Now, if I were to double this second equation, okay, and put another one on top of what I've already got, it could help us solve this problem. Okay, so if I double all of this, what I would have is 4 widths plus 2 lengths is 26. And you can see now the only difference between this first equation and this doubled equation, they both have 4 widths, but this has 3 lengths and this only has 2 lengths. So that's the only difference. I've got an extra length on this one, okay, and it adds together to make 33. So I know that that one extra length must be equal to the difference between 26 and 33. So the length must be 7 centimeters. And then I can take that, I can look at this again. So if I know that's 7, if I take that away from 13, then the remaining amount must be 6. So 2 lots of W make 6, so W must be 3. Okay, thanks for watching guys, subscribe please, and I'll go through the next page on the next video.